participating in the wrestling camp online and the in-person camps, I think gives you such a huge advantage. I mean, first off, just for the clear understanding that doing the online camps, is you're going to be doing so much more than so many other athletes who are stuck at home. Maybe their facilities aren't open or it's only at half capacity. These people aren't going to be really training. Whereas you doing these online camps, you're going to be working in your house. You're going to be drilling for almost 6 hours a day during camp days. You're going to be learning new techniques specific to your wrestling and your body shape. And I think that's just going to make the big gap for people that are really taking their wrestling serious and want to take it to the next level is, you got to make do with the circumstances you have. And right now with the pandemic going on, this is what we have to be with. Wrestling Prep's trying to do in person, but we're making the count with online camps. And I think those that are willing to put themselves kind of out of their comfort zone and into something where they could still be drilling, still be practicing and improving their wrestling is going to make huge jumps on the people that aren't doing anything. And then as for the in-person camps that Wrestling Prep is hosting, I think those are just the most advantageous things you can do for your wrestling. I mean, I've been at in-person camps every summer since 2013, there as an athlete and helping coach. And it just helped make my wrestling jump major levels because I've been able to spend that personal time with Carolyn where she's able to look at my wrestling, look at my body, and kind of diagnose it to the point where she thinks what would be most advantageous for me. And most of all, I'm able to test it. I think a lot of these camps, you get clinicians and they just show you a move and say, go do it. Whereas with Carolyn, it's tried and tested and she really shows you and breaks it down. And, for me as an athlete, I like to be shown. I'm a visual learner, so I like to see it so that I can believe it. And she, pretty much every single move she demonstrates or movement, she uses someone to show it, whether they're brand new to Wrestling Prep or have been at Wrestling Prep for years. She's going to use them to demonstrate the move. And I know for me as an athlete that I appeal to that because I know it works. I know it's tested. And now I can go practice it and, eventually use it in matches and help take me to the next level.
Certainly trying to make, lemonade out of lemons in this situation. Most people go to summer camp and they're really excited. When I ask them what they want to learn, it's usually a big move or something they have been told was a gap in their previous competition. But in reality, as you know, Drew, and anybody who's been around me a long time, whether we're at the American Kickboxing Academy and I'm with the fighters, or whether we're starting somebody new, or whether we're with world team members, or whether I'm in Slovakia, wherever I am, it's always the same movement. And so when you go to an in-person camp, that's you're doing all these movements, but not always is everybody telling you, hey, this movement, your technique's going to be a lot better if you can make this basic movement better. One of the great lemonades of this whole situation is having online camp where it's repetitive over and over. Well, you even said the other day when you were coaching, it appears to be a little tedious, but this is the missing part. And when people say, oh, I didn't win that match, I'm like, hey, you're right there. You just need to do these things over and over, and people don't want to do it. And that's why we've broken down the online camps to only be a couple of hours, 2 days a week, so people can practice it over and over, and then they can film it and then they can send it to us. So then when we all gather up for the in-person camps in the end of July and early August, then we're not going to have to do all of that repetitive with those kids that have already done online. They're going to be ahead, way ahead, and it's going to have a huge effect. We're already seeing it here in Northern Virginia. Kids that have been working online, now that we can work in small groups of 4 to 5, the kids who have not been working online are behind the kids that have been working online because it just so matters. And then, of course, to me, combining them together, being in an environment where we have 5 full mats, a kitchen, a 36-person movie theater so we can review film. Every mat has 2 large screen TVs bigger than the one behind me, and an audio system so we can meet all the pandemic requirements of space and everybody can see. It's not going to be the traditional scenario where there's a coach in the middle and everybody circles around laying on top of each other to learn the technique. They'll be able to watch it on 2 big screens. They'll be able to stand separated apart. They'll be able to work in the same space over and over, and we will be able to enact fail-safes and milestones that we hope keep everybody a little bit safer. So to me, I think we've managed to put the very best of the situations together. And since we've already coached 1,409 people, online from March 30th to the end of May. I know that we have the ability to deliver. There's no way those many people would come practice with us